Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 3 of the Portal Let's Play. And where I had last left off, I was a little bit I was running a little bit overtime. But as you just saw there, that was me having to duck and weave past that energy ball so that way it didn't accidentally kill me. But now that we've conquered that part of the puzzle, you then take this cube here. And this is where it might get a little bit finicky. See how you basically have to ricochet this energy ball off of the cube so that way it'll hit the receptacle over there. It may take you a few tries, but if you just follow along with what I'm doing here, well, not necessarily. I mean, you're free to come up with your own solution and shit like that, but once you do that, you should be good. And once again, there's a little bit of lag from Fraps. And yet again, we also find out that there is another clue that the rat man left behind in this here rat's den. Once again, we come to the conclusion that there is something going on in this facility that once again, there's something that's not exactly all it's cracked up to be here. Nevertheless, though, we ain't got time for any of that shit, so yeah, I was having a bit of a dumbass moment here, but, well, hey, who hasn't? Once we're out of the rat's man's den, you then pop a portal up there, pop a portal there, hop through it here, like so, and start doing a little bit of platforming. Yeah. I don't know what I was doing there, but things happen in strange ways. But then again, I do this again a couple more times, so yeah. Believe this or not, ladies and gentlemen, but this is actually the halfway point through the game now. And yet, and like I said, this doesn't get much more easier from here on in. They'll be throwing some physics puzzles at you, they'll be throwing some momentum puzzles and shit like that. It's basically going to get pretty intense from here on in. And there goes the faithful companion cube. Sorry, buddy, but hey, that's how it's got to go. Yet here's another thing that I don't really understand. Why do people, say that the companion cube is something, I don't know. I kind of lost track of my thoughts there.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The enrichment center is required to remind you that...
Yet again, I see what you did there, GLaDOS. Like I said, I really apologize if I've really got nothing to say thus far, but like I said, we're at the middle point of the game, and like I said, we're almost done. So that would explain why I've been chopping this up into 15-minute segments, or thereabouts. And whee! Yet another momentum-based puzzle. This part is definitely going to frustrate a lot of people because I know full well for a fact that it pissed me off quite a bit. You have these turrets here up on these platforms that will shoot you on sight, so if you just basically target the walls where the turrets have their laser sights pointed, you should be able to get through this pretty easy. And especially on your first shot, like I'm doing here. The thing is, though, it requires plenty of precision, and this is something that I'm actually thankful that Portal 2 has decided to do and introduce the zoom function there. So that way you can get some pretty precise shots off. Why it was never introduced in this game in the first place, I suppose I'll never know, but hey, that's pretty much general complaints in a nutshell. And now that that turret's done, we can now proceed onto this puzzle as normal. Well, almost anyway. See how we still got to get that energy pellet into that receptacle that's behind me there. And you got to be pretty quick about it, so yeah. There you go. Once that's done, we can then get onto this platform there. Well, of course, I was being a little bit stupid and forgot to catch up to it right after I did the energy ball part of the puzzle. Once that swings back, jump onto it and just relax for a bit. Though you might also want to pop a portal above that section of wall where you came into the chamber room, so that way you got yourself a way to come back. Like so. Shoot a portal up there and do the momentum part again, so that way you can launch yourself clear across the room to pick up this cube here. Trust me, you're going to need it. Once you have it in your hand, hop up onto that platform again. Don't think about setting it down, because the physics in this game can get a little bit wonky, and the cube might fall off into the acid, and you don't want to do that again. Once again, I don't know why I was being stupid there. See how I basically stalled when I was thinking about jumping onto the platform again, so that way I can get back over to that button. I guess I was just being a little bit careful and trying to remember my portal placements and shit like that, so yeah. Oh boy. Once we're back down here, press that button, place a portal there, an opposite one anyway, so that way you can pick up the cube again and make your way back out into this room here, drop it on the button, and proceed on to the next puzzle. Not sure why I didn't just pop a portal up onto the wall so that way I could just, slide out normally. I don't know. And this part of the puzzle now requires full-on momentum, so you're also going to have to do leapfrogs with portals over here. And this is where it got extremely disorienting. See how the screen basically rotates and you're getting severely disoriented when trying to land a proper shot. So yeah, it basically requires an Italian hand in order to get through this, in order to get through that part.
For more information, please attend an Enrichment Center electrical safety seminar.
Well, regardless of which, we're coming up onto the final test now, which will put your everything that you've learned thus far to the test.
Welcome to the final test. When you are done, you will drop
For this part,
in the equipment
you'll have to shoot a portal there.
Enrichment Center.
Yeah, remember the last puzzle room I was in where it had this sort of issue? Well, just do what I did there. Crouch down and pop a portal over there, and run out into that scaffolding. Press that button there, and yeah, there you go. Though, of course, you're going to have to wait a bit, see how everything is just so slow and shit. My god. You would think they would speed it up a little bit here, but no. You basically got to sit there and stand there with your thumb up your ass. Well, except for this part here, where you basically have to send that energy pellet. Okay. But yeah, like I said, you basically had to send that energy pellet away from you, so that way you can at least get across this part of the level. Pop a couple portals here. And this is where it might get a little bit tricky. See how you have to stand back a little bit. And then, like so. So where's our cake? Okay. Okay, that wasn't part of the deal. So now we gotta figure our way out. But like I said, this platform was moving too slow for my liking, so oh well. Pop a portal there. Shoot a portal up out of that wall over there. And yeah. You might take a little bit of damage from the fire, but you should be okay. So now that we've escaped the facility, where should we go now? Or perhaps we need to do some investigations as to who is really in control of this facility now. Especially sees how the computer now named GLaDOS, it has basically, well, flipped their shit. Then again, everybody at Black Mesa pretty much flipped their shit too. Can computers feel? I don't know. Well, I mean, there are robots out there that could exhibit human emotions and shit like that, but I guess it's one of those things we'll figure out in the future! Yeah, I got a little bit lucky for landing on that pipe over there, but, well, at least I'm still going to be doing this shit. There we go. You might remember this puzzle before, so pop a couple portals there. And shoot an opposite one over on the far corner. Hop up onto this button here, and pop a portal there, and on the other wall. There you go. But we can now drop down this elevator shaft now. Oh, fuck you, GLaDOS. I don't think I want any of your cake. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing here. Sees how I was having another one of those brain-dead moments. But yeah, once you're up onto this section of the platform here, mosey on over there and shoot a portal there, and run back to the original portal that you had left there, and there you go. Admittedly, this might also trip you up as well, but like I said, it's pretty much doable. Well, unfortunately, that's pretty much all the time I'm going to have for now, so With that, this here is BlisteredBlood of Studio Limit Break saying farewell.